Hi everyone, my name is Julie. This is Keep Calm with Books and Coffee, and today I'm going to be doing my magical readathon TBR for the next semester at Orillium. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't heard of this readathon before, I will have G's channel, Book Roast, linked down below that you can check it out there. She has so much information about this readathon. She has a playlist and videos about where you can get started or catch up or however you want to approach it. She has a video on it. So I will have that all linked down below. This is my third semester participating in Orillium, and I have most of it figured out at this point. I would actually like to solidify my character a little bit more this time around. I have decided on a name finally, which is Mira. Mira is a water earthling. She's studying necromancy. She's in the Crescent Moon Guild, and we finished 2 semesters so far together. This is her 3rd semester in necromancy, and I've decided not to add on anything else. Like, a lot of people are double majoring, stuff like that. But I have, I think, 8 prompts here, and with the way I have been feeling lately about reading, and especially about how I have been kind of struggling to read anytime other than the weekend, I think 8 is plenty for me. If I read exactly to this TBR next month and accomplish everything, I will be super pleased. So I'm going to jump into the prompts that I have written out here, along with the books that I'm hoping to read, and then we'll see where we go. So the first prompt is for the class of shape-shifting, and to have a wolf on the cover, either in the title, the author, or on the cover. And for both of mine, I chose 2 here because honestly, both of these are a possible DNF for me. So we'll see what happens, but these are both on the I'm trying it, but I'm not sure if they're gonna work type of side of books. The first is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan. Obviously we have a wolf here. The last series that I tried to pick up by Rick Riordan, I ended up DNFing simply because I didn't like the style of the writing anymore. I felt a little too old for it. It wasn't anything that the book was doing. I just decided I didn't like the main character, and I'm not sure how this one is gonna go. So this is a possibility. The other one is The Silvered by Tanya Huff. This is a fantasy about some, it felt very World War I, World War II-ish era-wise to me when I read the first couple of chapters once before, but with werewolves and magical creatures and prophecy. So that should be something that I'm really interested in, but we shall see. I did read the first chapter of this once before and decided not to continue with it at that moment, and I'm not sure if when I go back to it I will want to continue. And I think if I do that twice, it's probably not a book for me. So these 2 are the possibilities. So we'll see where we end up with all of that. That's a little bit scary as my first prompt, but I figure one of these will work out. Next up is Animal Studies, and for this, the prompt is to flip a coin. So I have a US quarter here. Heads is nonfiction and tails is fiction. So we'll see how this ends up. It is tails. Yes, tails. Sorry, this US quarter has a state on the side, so I had to make sure we weren't replacing the head. Yes, so it ends up with tails, which I am actually a little disappointed about. I actually really was excited for what I had picked out for nonfiction for this, but I don't have a fiction pick selected. So I will do that in a moment and I will tell you, but I'm gonna go make that choice right now. For this one, I'm gonna be a little nebulous, of course, because I have to have options because I'm a mood reader. But I'm gonna choose a book club pick for this prompt. I participate in 2 book clubs at my local independent bookstore. I usually try to read Cal and Brianna's pick for Boozy Book Club, and I also am participating in the read along with Steph and some of her friends over on her channel for the Innkeeper Chronicles. So I think One Fell Sweep should actually be March's pick, if I'm correct. This is the next one I need to read for that read-along. So that's what I will be reading probably at the beginning of the month. And I am super excited to get to this one because I really love this one and the next one in this series where we follow Maud, Dina's sister. This is the third book in the series. We are following Dina, who is an innkeeper on Earth, but she hosts aliens at her inn. The aliens make up many of Earth's legends, like vampires and werewolves, and she hosts them here, and she is kind of just gaining experience and trying to make more connections, as her ultimate goal in having this inn is obviously to run the inn. That has been something she wants to do, but also to find her parents who disappeared. So very much enjoying this reread, hoping this will be my pick, but it could be one of a few possibilities. Next up, we have Inscription, Book from Your Top Shelf, and I chose Circe by Madeline Miller. I read Song of Achilles this month in March, and I absolutely loved it. I had been sleeping on that book, and I need to read another thing by Madeline Miller. This is the tale of Circe, who is the first witch in Greek lore, and I am super excited for it. I have tried to read this a couple of times before, and I had done that with Song of Achilles as well, and I always got stuck at a particular point. But after pushing through and absolutely loving the Song of Achilles, I have confidence that I will push through and absolutely love this one as well. Super excited about this. This is also stunning and gorgeous, and I hope you can actually see it because it is so shiny. Then I have the prompt Spells and Incantations, which the target length of your book is 389 pages to 415 pages. So for this one, I've chosen How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I believe the count at the end of the book was 413. So I'm getting very close, but I have been hearing so many people read this recently and find it really interesting, fast-paced, and fun. So I definitely want to try it. I read a Grady Hendrix last year and enjoyed it, and I think I'm at the point where my expectations are at the right point to read this, because when it came out, it sounded like something that I was really excited for the premise, thinking that this was going to be a book about a haunted house. And I've heard that you kind of have to go into it with not that expectation. So we'll see, but I am really interested to see what happens with this. And I love Grady Hendrix based on reading one book by him, but hopefully I love this one too. We'll see. The next prompt is Conjuration, recommended by a friend, and for this I went to a friend and she suggested Strangelove by Anne Augerein? I will have to look up how to say this last name, but I don't know what it is right now. Aguirre? It's a lot of R's. And for this is a space alien romance. Sounds interesting and fun. I have a hold on the library for it, and that is about 4 weeks, and I put that on this week. So hopefully I get this in time to read. If not, I'm sure I can get an adjustment from her. But this is the pick right now. This sounded like a very fun and quick read. I'm gonna be interested to see what I think of this alien romance because it sounds interesting, very interesting. Next up is Restoration, Close Your Eyes, Shuffle, and Point, and I'm really not sure how I'm going to do this because I don't know how I would shuffle the books and not know what they are. So what I'm going to do is basically do like a spinning wheel, and I will put that up here and you will see what the selection was. I'm going to do like a wheel online and have it shuffle and point and close my eyes until it's over. The next prompt is Lore, a book with a map, and for this I'm choosing The Luminaries by Susan Dennard, hoping I can finally read this book. I wanted to read this as soon as it came out last year, and it was my most anticipated release of 2022, and I didn't read it when it came out, and I put it on a bunch of TBRs since I got it, and I keep pushing it for one reason or another. So next month will be the month that I read this. In all hopes and dreams is when I read this. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is like a paranormal, small town YA monster hunter book about Winnie, who got exiled based on something her parents did, and she's trying to like earn her way back into the Luminaries. So I really like the start of this. I have a strong connection to it because I was one of the people participating in the Twitter like choose your own adventure that Susan Dennard did to help build the basis of this book, and that was all during the pandemic. It was really fun and I really enjoyed that. So I have a strong suspicions of what is happening in this book, and I expect it to be fully campy and fun, and I really want to read it, and it feels very appropriate to read this for Necromancer. So I want it. Then the last one I have here is Demonology, book compared to your favorite. So one of my favorite books is The Raven Cycle, The Raven Boys, The Raven Whatever by Maggie Stiefvater. I love that whole series, so I asked some Discord friends to help me choose a book based on that, and based off of what they suggested and what I could get my hands on or what I already had, I've chosen The Raven King by Nora Sakovic. This is the second in the I forget what this series is called, the Fox Court series. The first one I enjoyed, and I did forget until this came up in the chatter about this recommendation that this is sort of one that is recommended to people who like the Raven Cycle. It's very different, but it does sort of give me the same vibes based on some of the characters and the found family aspects and stuff like that. So I am excited to read this. The first book leaves off on such a cliffhanger that I definitely wanted to check this out, and yeah, I'm excited for this one. Hopefully I can read this as quickly as I did the first one, because I tore through the first book. But that is it for me today. Like I said, I will link G's information and the readathon information down below if you want to check it out. The community is great if you want to participate. I think they are super fun. But that is it for me. Hopefully I have a really good reading month this month. I'm really excited to read for this, and I will try to figure out Realmathon as well, and maybe that will be a TBR video. It might just be a post on Instagram or something, because I'm not sure how these two are going to combine, but since I've been participating in this one longer, this one is sort of my priority. But I'm excited for Realmathon as well, because I completely missed the last round. Anyway, all of that is to say, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see me again, go ahead and hit that subscription button down below. If you are participating in Magical Readathon and you want to tell me what your calling is, I always am really interested to see what people pick. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!